register students and get them to participate in voting. Next you'll hear from an Ohio State student who is very concerned about this provision. She's a member of student government there, Leah LeCure. Right?
Hi everyone, my name is Leah LeCure and I'm a senior at Ohio State currently, graduating in May. I am here today because I am the student body vice president at Ohio State and I'm also from Rochester, New York. I'm here as an out-of-state student because I came to Ohio State looking for the Big Ten feel, the big school, the exciting atmosphere that I couldn't find in New York, as well as the value of a world-class education that I could afford. Since moving here 4 years ago, I've grown to love this state and all the things about it. Ohioans have an incredible pride that's manifested in their love for their cities, which we see in sports rivalry and between my friends' discussions of whether Jib Jab in Youngstown is better or whether Skyline from Cincinnati is better. But even more than that, people love to participate in Ohio politics, and they love the idea of being in a battleground state and having a real impact on what goes on at the state level and at the federal level. As a public affairs major, I really enjoy this. I sometimes joke about how my vote's a little bit more important than my sister's from New York, and I would be devastated to lose the ability to participate in this process because of this stipulation in the transportation budget. As it stands, this condition would disenfranchise me from voting for those who will govern me. This bill would make it so that I would not only have to jump through bureaucratic hoops to change my driver's license and register my car, but it would burden me with unnecessary costs. To complete both of these steps, registering my car and changing my driver's license, it would cost me up to $160. And in a time that we're constantly talking about how to lower costs of higher education and how to make college more affordable and accessible, it's amazing to me that we're considering that students should have to pay the amount of 2 textbooks just to vote for their representatives. This has long-term implications as well for students my age and for the future of Ohio and this country. As I'm sure many of us are aware, my age cohort is the least civically engaged in voting and other mechanisms. Adding burdensome conditions to the ability of students to participate in the political process not only has effects on their ability to participate now, but it is proven that individuals who did not vote in their first major election that they are able to are significantly less likely to vote in subsequent elections throughout their lifetime. By creating unnecessary hoops to jump through and costs to bear for college students, we are stunting future civic engagement of generations of Ohioans and Americans. I don't just speak for myself. Since yesterday, I've been contacted by several students with concerns about this bill, which is pretty unusual for me in my job. Not too many people are contacting me day to day about things like this. None of these students were affiliated with organizations like undergraduate student government, college Democrats, college Republicans, but they were just simply students who were concerned about the idea that they might lose their ability to freely participate in elections. 10,000s of my peers at Ohio State are out-of-state students who will be affected by this bill and will have to struggle for the ability to exercise their right to vote in Ohio. And at just the 10 largest universities in Ohio, not including about 130 other universities, almost 30,000 students will as well. We pay taxes in Ohio, we pay tuition in Ohio, and soon we'll be deciding whether to start our lives in Ohio after graduation. I hope that the representatives I have voted for and that my peers have voted for value our voices enough to move forward from the transportation budget without this amendment included.